Hey everyone, we just launched a lead attribution tool inside of Lead Capture IO's AI agent app center. That's what I'll call it for now. I'm super excited about the potential for this, and I will be walking through that in this video. We're also working on an AI SMS tool. You'll see it here. It's currently under construction and AI A/B testing and a few other things that I'll talk about another time. But for now, let's just touch on the attribution side. One of the most common questions we get is how do I know where my leads are coming from when they submit my lead capture forms? Like, how do I tie that back to my channels, my campaigns, my referring partners, my affiliates? The list goes on. The most common approach that we see is just through UTM tracking, and this is typically for ad platforms. So imagine someone comes in from Google ads or Facebook ads, you have your UTM parameters. You can pull those into the lead capture form in a hidden field. The problem here is that if somebody were to, let's say, bounce from the page and come back 30, 60, 90 days later, you will not capture that information unless you have a cookie on your site that captures it and then pulls it back into a hidden field within the lead capture form. And 99% of our lead capture users do not have that set up. And there's tools out there to make it possible, but it takes integration. Some of these tools can get pretty pricey and are just like too much just to get basic attribution data. So we basically created a way to do this where it's pretty simple and it pushes the attribution data into your CRM or lead distribution tool. So this way you can get it right with your lead, and it will also store it inside of your lead capture lead details page for each lead that you capture. So this video will just kind of walk through this at a high level and talk about how to get it set up. We have some documentation coming out soon. When you click into the tool, just to back up here, when you click in here, you'll see all the attribution information. You'll see everything you can track. There's 3 different steps to get this set up, and I'll walk through those in a moment. The thing I wanted to note is that this is not AI powered yet. You'll see here that coming soon, we're going to be working on the attribution analysis, journey mapping, multi-touch attribution. That will all be coming powered by AI. But before we turn to that side of things, we're going to probably knock out these 2 things here, the SMS follow-up, the A/B testing. Then we'll circle back to the AI analysis. I feel like AI analysis for attribution is helpful, but not top priority. To start, we just wanted to get the ability to even do the attribution in the first place. Then we'll figure out how to do the AI side and getting all of the data into this place. So this way you can do some pretty cool analysis on your top sources and then double down on what's working. So let's just walk through this. And the thing I'll say too is that all this is pretty new, so kind of consider it in beta. If you run into any problems, or even if you see things that we're not tracking here that we need to track, let me know and we'll add that in. So to do this, there's basically 3 different steps. So step 1, you have to add a tracking script to your header page. Step 2, let me rephrase that. I said that wrong. Step 1, you need to add a tracking script to your website or basically wherever you're sending your leads. Step 2, you need to add another tracking script to where your lead capture form lives on your page. And then step 3, add some hidden fields. So I'm going to give you an example of setting this up with Leadpages, but this will work across wherever you are hosting your website or landing page, whether that's WordPress, GoHighLevel, Unbounce, the list goes on. So for the tracking script, just copy this. This basically sets a cookie that gets stored for 90 days. And we're going to end up pulling out all the fields from the cookie within the lead capture form. So just click copy. Now inside of Leadpages here, this is what I use for like some testing. We'll go into this page. And then with Leadpages, the way that I typically do this is settings, analytics, and you'll see that I have the tracking script here. So it just needs to be in the header section of your page. Now, obviously, if you're using like WordPress or GoHighLevel or something like that, it'll be a bit different. But this is where you add this script for Leadpages. Then step 2 is to come into this section and copy this script. And this is going to go to the body tag right before the closing part of your body tag. So if I go back into Leadpages here, you'll see immediately before closing body tag, and I just pasted that in. And then step 3, just make sure you update your page and publish it and all that. You should be set there. Step 3 is to then set up hidden fields inside of your lead capture form. So let's, for example, say that you are looking to capture the last referring URL or the previous internal page, last page. I'll walk through these two examples. You would go to this column here, copy this, then you're going to go into your lead capture form and go to a contact step or wherever you currently capture things like hidden fields and trusted form and all that. Click on your form, click add field, and then you're going to give it a name that describes what you're trying to track. So I'll just say referral URL. Label doesn't really matter much, but I'll still add that in. Then for the field type, this is the key thing. Choose JavaScript variable lookup. This is essentially going to allow us to pull in the variable from the cookie that's being stored. And this is how we're going to get the data. And then click save. I already have these set up, so I'm not going to do that. And then just kind of like rinse and repeat. Do that for every single field that you want to capture. Now, just to quickly touch on these fields here, we have the referring page, last page, the landing page. Some of this stuff like IP address, country, region, city is probably redundant because we're already capturing that with the user agent details. I would just use our default fields or data that we capture. But if for some reason you need another field where you capture this, you can of course do that. Then we also have your UTM source, medium, campaign, term, content, and the list goes on here. And we also have first touch and last touch. I personally like first touch. So the benefit to using this over like a standard hidden field is that if they hit your page and leave, which is pretty common, and come back and convert, then you should still be able to capture this information and tie it back to your campaigns. So that's the nice thing about this. And then let's say you want these, you would just follow that step that I just showed you and add those in. Then at that point, just to show you, you could send a test through and you'll see the lead information. Here is a lead that I passed through. You'll see some of the information show up. I don't know why this is showing up as direct. It should be the URL, but if you see that it's not showing up with the URL, let me know and I'll fix that. But you'll see it shows up with the lead and then you can pass it into your lead distribution tool and CRM. And you can also, you'll see that there's just some information around testing your implementation. Now, this doesn't replace a tool like a Hyros or a Segmetrics. If you're looking for really advanced attribution, I would stick with one of those tools. But if you just need something basic where you can set a cookie, get the attribution information, and pass it to your CRM, clients, buyers, lead distribution tool, then this should get the job done for you without having to pay for yet another tool. It's free. It's inside of Lead Capture.io. I would suggest trying it out. And if you have any questions about this or need any help, let us know. Thank you.